Alright, today we're going to start working on making a replacement power supply cable for the Zenith 34P. So the original cable is of course shot because it was rubber insulated wire and all the rubber insulation is cracked off. There are 10 connectors in the cable. Now there are some like this. This is the AC line. This is a single twisted pair. This is the main filament voltage. This is a twisted pair. And then this is the audio output filament supply, and it's a twisted pair. And then there's the few for the high voltage, so 2, 4, 6, and the twisted pairs, so 3 twisted pairs, 2 of which have to be larger gauge wire because they handle higher current. The one handles all the filament currents for all the 27s, and this one just handles just for this one tube. And then 4 that are normal wires. Now, a Antique Radio Forum member, Steve, has sent me this cable and this, 2 different ones, larger diameter, smaller diameter, standard insulation's Belton. It's good cable, but I also have this. I trash picked this the other day. It's a Dell server power supply, and it's got, this is the ATX connector, so there's 23 wires on there, and then these are the, this is not SATA. This is the SATA hard drive power supply. But then there's this other big cable here, which is, I'm guessing it was for the CPU. And so there's that. And that's pretty long. That's about 3 feet long. So I'm going to harvest all the wire from here. And probably gonna harvest some other parts because power supplies, switching power supplies are good for capacitors and fans and stuff, but no use to me because it's from a Dell server and it's very proprietary for a lot of the connectors. Your ATX and the 2 SATAs are about the only ones that are normal, and well, I'm going to take that apart and then start working on getting that all ready. And I'm going to, of course, bind it up with some wire looms. So that's what all the tools are for. Well, what looks like a multicolored explosion on my workbench is the remnants of that Dell power supply. Plenty of wire here. This is the main lot from the ATX connector. It's from the hard drive connectors. This is from, and CPU connectors here, and these are just random ones. I have no idea what they're for. I did save the AT style floppy drive connectors or power connectors because those are becoming not so common, and I do work on vintage computers. And I also saved all the wire loom because I will find a use for that. Probably in the Zenith radio. So now on to kind of laying things out and measuring and making sure I've got everything right. Alright, after quite a lot of work, some measurements using color codes and stuff, I've got the cable together, ready to be installed. I do need to get some more heat shrink. The heat shrink I have is not quite big enough for this. It's going to go here and here just to make sure these ends don't come apart. So what I'm getting ready to do now is get the soldering iron all hot, and I'm going to desolder all the wires here, and then clean up the connector. Probably going to use a little navel jelly. Let it soak in some navel jelly because this is just metal and it'll be okay. I'm not even sure if it's aluminum or what it is. Might try some, not Simichrome, but not Tarnex, Brasso. There it is. And whatever I use, this is like a phenolic. It isn't Bakelite, but it's like a phenolic type material, so it'll be okay. And then after that, I'll install the new one and go with that. And then I have to start working on the power supply before I do any more work on the chassis. Okay, here it is. Connector. Here's the pile of wire that was connected into it. Definitely all no good. Holes are nice and clean. Now I'm going to clean that up. But this is going to be all for the video today.